Malaria has always been a very serious health threat in India. However, it has progressively declined, and now we do not have so much incidences of malaria as we used to have in the past. You see, to prevent malaria, we have to prevent the vector that spreads the malaria, that is the Anopheles mosquito. So we have to decrease the breeding of the mosquito. So we have to use repellents, we have to cover the water bodies with kerosene such that the larva is not allowed to proliferate. We have to kill mosquito breeding. So that way we can prevent malaria. As far as prophylaxis, for the people who are traveling to the endemic zone of the malaria, we have some tablets which we can give weekly such that they do not acquire malaria while they are traveling. Similarly, there are various treatments we have got for the malaria. In most common drug that we use is chloroquine, and for the chloroquine resistant malaria that is very endemic in our country, then we have to use other artesunate based treatment. So there we have got different forms of treatment. Malaria, as we all know, can cause high-grade fever, chills, rigors, recurrent loose motions, vomiting, etc. However, the lesser known symptoms of malaria, I will say, for the past almost 3 decades of my practice, I have seen various forms. I have seen patients only presenting with severe pain in abdomen, only presenting with loose motions, recurrent vomiting, we call LG malaria. Patient presenting with renal failure, kidney shutdown. Patient presenting with only severe liver failure. Patients presenting with, even cases have been reported with heart attacks. Malaria and dengue, as we all know, that is both are vector-borne diseases. Malaria spreads by the Anopheles mosquito, that usually bites in the night time. You see, and the dengue is typically with the Aedes mosquito, that is a daytime mosquito. The symptoms vary. In the dengue, you usually get a very high fever, continuous fever, associated sometimes with rashes, recurrent loose motions, vomiting. These are usual symptoms of the dengue fever. In the malaria, you get intermittent. Sometimes in between the fever, there is no fever in between. The temperature is totally normal. That is intermittent fever. And the liver enzyme gets elevated later. While in the dengue, you may have initial presentation of the high liver enzyme, and platelet counts falls more rapidly in dengue rather than in the malaria. Both you can get. But this is how you can differentiate between them clinically. But sometimes the symptoms are same, as I told you earlier also. In the malaria, you also can have pain, abdomen, loose motions, vomiting with high-grade fever. In the dengue also you can get both. So then the blood test, of course, we have got the different tests. For the malaria, you do for the malaria parasite, you look in the smear, you can go for the antigen test. Similar in the dengue, you can go for the antigen and antibody test, ELISA test, and the PCR test. That's how you can distinguish between them. The search of malaria vaccine has been going on, I will say, more than 4 decades. More than, I will say, 30 to 40 vaccines have been tried in phase 1 or phase 2 trials, but none were successful for various reasons. The latest on the block is R21 vaccine that has been approved by Ghana now, and where this is going to be used. This is given in 3 doses. And later on a booster dose a year later. Even our Serum Institute is ready to prepare for it. We do not have any trials so far with R21 vaccine in India. However, this is one of the promising vaccine that we have got. Maybe it will not be effective in the whole population group, but definitely it may be of some help in preventing the malaria. India has achieved remarkably in decreasing the both mortality as well as morbidity due to malaria. One, it has significantly decreased the death rate, incidence rate, prevalence rate all altogether in India. The target of the government of India is to eliminate malaria from India by 2030. We are not very far from this. The total idea is that we should be able to decrease the incidence of less than 1 per 1,000 population in most of the lab, almost 20 states by 2024, and should make rest of the state and union territory free from the malaria by 2024. By 2030, we should be able to eliminate malaria. This is a very realistic goal, the way we are going forward. Climate change has really changed the pattern of the diseases all over the world. The rains that used to occur during the monsoon season, now we have got intermittent rains, sometimes even in winter, sometimes even like we witnessed during the peak of the summer, early winter, late winter. So the accumulation of water keeps on going. It is not like previous almost a decade back when we used to have heavy rain during monsoon, and then we knew that we have to act fast on curtailing malaria vectors during this monsoon season, because now it is almost perennial. So this climate change has really impacted the spread of the malaria. The disease has become almost annual. Throughout the year it is prevalent, and it allows the vector to breed throughout the year. So this is something that climate change has played a role in malaria.